Welcome to the Determined Mom Show, the only marketing podcast dedicated to guiding mom CEOs into tranquility, wealth, and multiplying those precious moments. Welcome to episode 125 of the Determined Mom Show. I am Amanda Tento, and I am here to talk to you about all of the updates that have come in the last few months from Google My Business. There are many, so I'm going to go through them and explain them as well as I can. And if you have any questions at all, you can always email me at amanda@tdm-marketing.com. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So Google has added a new on Google label to Google My Business listings. This is not for every single listing. Of course, Google is not consistent. However, it is on many of the newer listings. That can be a good thing, or it can also indicate that, this is a business that has either not been taking care of their listing, or they just created a listing, or whatever. That is another thing. They actually also deleted the short name feature. So now they give you a name and you cannot edit it, but before you could edit it. So if you have an edited short name from long ago, then you are good to go and it's still going to be official, but you cannot change it going forward. The next thing is Google My Business now has a way of showing desktop notifications for Google My Business Messenger. Pretty cool. And it allows you to get messages on your desk. So this could be really handy for salons, for auto shops, for someone that always has that person manning their front desk. This can be really, really important for you because it's going to allow you to communicate directly with those clients who are on your Google My Business listing as they're there and as they are asking questions. Very, very cool. Another new update is that Google has started showing the average review on maps when you do a restaurant search. So you can actually see what the rating is of each restaurant. Typically, restaurants are rated at like 4 or 5, but if they're really bad, they're going to be lower than that if they have a lot of negative reviews. With that said, it's important to make sure that you're looking at this as you're searching for other businesses and things like that on Google Maps. There has been also an insights update in Google My Business in 2020, and it just allows you to see things a little bit differently. It also includes a directions and website clicks breakdown, which is very, very important. And it allows you to see a little bit more data than they allowed you to see before. The next change is editing is now available directly from the search. So if you go and you search for your business, you're going to see, and you're logged into your account, you're actually going to see your business come up in a little panel, and then you're going to be able to go ahead and edit right from the search results page. It's going to say you manage this business, and it will have little links so you can actually edit things right on the search engine results page, which actually is pretty handy, especially if you are not familiar with going through the little Google menu in order to get to the Google My Business. Google is also now offering a new form to merge reviews from duplicate listings. This happens so often where a business, maybe years ago, they had a website done and somebody either created their listing for them, or if they're a location-based business, Google will often create the listing for you as well. When that happens and the owner forgets about it, they will go and they will create a new listing. This is often a problem. The reason is because it is showing two different businesses at the same place, and those reviews from the one that's been there for, let's say, 5 years is now they're lost if they have only access to that second listing that they created. So this is a really, really nice way of having them to make it easier to merge those listings. There is also a new expanded restaurant review feature on Google Maps, and that allows you to be able to see a lot more information about the restaurant. Google seems to be doing a lot more updates for restaurants and places like that, and that's a good thing because that's probably one of the biggest things that I use Google My Business for. And I'm not sure what you use it for, but I definitely use it a lot for restaurants. There is another area that Google My Business is testing, and that is areas served. And that is a label in the Google search that shows up under like near your hours, and it will say, like, for example, Houston, if you are in Texas, or Seattle, or that kind of thing. It'll just show your major service area that you show. Now, again, this is not on every single business. It is just on some of them. That is important to note as well. Another recent change is that Google has started requiring certain businesses to have to show their address instead of being a service-based business. This is an interesting change because if you have, let's say, a bar studio in your house, or Pilates or yoga, you may no longer be able to hide your address if that's the case. So it's very important to review your listing and make sure that you haven't been suspended or that you don't need to re-verify your address, and just make sure that your listing is still up and everything is still good to go. The next change is that Google My Business is starting to require product approval from the Google Lens. So when you post a new product, they may require that is being reviewed. And they say that it may take up to 30 minutes. And this is something that can be a pain in the butt, but it's also really good for proofing and those types of things, just to make sure that people aren't spamming, which is a very important part. Those are most, I think, of the updates that have happened with Google My Business recently. It's been a lot, and there are undoubtedly more to come in 2021. So stay tuned for those. And if you have not optimized your listing, you must do that and make sure that you are serving people in the manner that, in the best way that you can, and reaching the most people. So definitely optimize your listing. If you want to learn more about how you can do that yourself or have us do it, you can visit us at tdm-marketing.com. Have a great week. This episode of the Determined Mom Show is brought to you by Google Growth Generator. This 21-day email course will help you learn to optimize your Google My Business listing in the same way that we do for our clients here at TDM Marketing. Our client, a baby sleep specialist, got 126.32% more website visits in the first month after her optimization was completed. Another client, a chiropractic practice, got 26.67% more phone calls in the first month after optimization was completed. And finally, our client, who is a residential cleaning service, got 61.11% more website visits in the first month after optimization. If you're not sure if Google My Business optimization is for you, listen to what Kristen Ratton from Kristen Ratton Content Services had to say about her optimization. I hired Amanda to optimize my Google My Business listing, and within 10 days, my views were up 150%. This may be one of the most valuable things I've ever done for my business, and Amanda made it quick, easy, and painless. If you are ready to get started with your Google My Business optimization, go over to gomybusiness.com. That's gomybusiness.com/growth.